So we are 3 days away from the MLB trade deadline coming to a close, and yesterday I told you guys that my source was telling me that the Padres were still in on Joey Gallo, and a lot of people are saying, Fuzzy, you're not telling the truth, you have no idea what you're talking about. Fast forward to this morning, Jeff Passan puts out an article confirming that the Padres are still in on Joey Gallo. So your boy Fuzzy, he's finally got some sources. Anyways, what's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If this is your first time on the channel, we do this every single day, so don't be afraid to leave a like and subscribe, as well as save yourself 20 bucks. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek if you're going to any baseball games. Now we have trades and offers to talk about. The Yankees, they are trying to make a big-time splash. We have Javier Baez versus Amir, Garrett, and yesterday, Shohei Ohtani was dominant yet again, both offensively and on the bump. So today's recap is going to be amazing. Now we do have kind of a breaking news story to talk about. The A's have completed a trade with the Chicago Cubs. Left-hander Andrew Chafin is going to Oakland. He has a 2.06 ERA and a 2.67 FIP, and he is really good in situations where there are runners on in scoring position. So he is going to be a fantastic addition to the Oakland A's, who are trying to keep that wild card spot and maybe overtake the Houston Astros. The Cubs, they get a young prospect in Greg Deichmann. I've actually seen him in person. He's 26 years old with an almost 900 OPS in AAA. You actually hope that that's higher, especially in Las Vegas, because the ball flies in Nevada. And then Daniel Palencia, he's a 21-year-old starting pitcher with triple-digit stuff, but we know nothing about him. So there you go. Andrew Chafin going to Oakland, and then Greg Deichmann and Daniel Palencia going to the Cubs. And look for the Cubs to keep on offloading contracts with Chris Bryant and Rizzo, even though some of those guys don't have a contract because they're free agents. Also, one more thing I want to talk about. The Yankees almost broke the internet yesterday. I was about to go on my walk, and I told myself, as soon as I leave my house, something crazy is going to happen. I took 5 steps outside, and a tweet popped up from John Heyman that the Yankees made a trade offer. They didn't trade for him, but an offer is on the table to acquire Trevor Story. If they do that, I assume that Gleyber is going to be shifted to second base. I don't know the moving pieces that will be involved, but wow, that would shatter the internet, because Trevor Story is a top 3 shortstop in all of baseball. Some would say he is officially the best shortstop, going to the Yankees, who are prolific. I mean, everyone in sports would be talking about that. So that is it for the trades and the rumors from yesterday. Let's go ahead and talk about the walk-off victories from yesterday. We have the Twins versus the Tigers. Andrelton Simmons almost makes the play of the entire century that baseball has been in existence. Honestly, it would have been the #1 play in my opinion, because you're not supposed to be able to throw it that far, basically while falling down. Now, so no, he is able to complete the play and get the final out at third. Minnesota, they go up 2-0, and Miggy, he ties it up for his 495th home run in his career, so he is 5 away from 500. Then Brent Rooker, he goes 460 for yet another double-deck home run, and Josh Donaldson goes 450 and spoils a pretty good start from Matt Manning. Then you have Eric Haas and Robbie Grossman both hitting their 16th home runs of the year, and then Kepler, he comes back to walk it off. In my opinion, if you're a Tigers fan, that loss to me is on the shoulders of AJ Hinch, because he didn't let Derek Hill bunt in the top of the 10th, and then Akil Baddoo hit a pop fly that would have been a sac fly, so it's a tie game. Instead, they get walked off. So that's on Hinch. He also left in Matt Manning 1 inning too long. I would have taken him out in the 5th. Ooh, we have a pretty exciting game. The Cubs versus the Reds. We know that these two teams have a rich history of beefing with each other, especially Javier Baez and Amir, Garrett. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. Anthony Rizzo, he gives the fans a farewell gift. I think that he is going to get traded along with Chris Bryant. You have Joey Votto answering with the home run in his 3rd consecutive game, and then Buck Farmer, he comes in clutch with a home run in the 4th to tie it, and Votto, he drives in his 3rd RBI of the day on a bases-loaded walk, as the Reds, they go up 5-3, but then out of nowhere, Chicago, they start to creep back in with a Nico Horner RBI. Wilson Contreras hits a solo home run, and then Javier Baez versus Amir, Garrett. This is must-see TV. They were jawing at each other before the at-bat started, and then Javi, he does his thing, and then he sweeps away Amir, Garrett. He doesn't throw his bat, but, Amir kind of walks to it. Amir picks up the bat, throws it away, and he was kind of clapping at Javier like he won the battle. So to me, I'm fine with both parties. Amir took it off the chin, he lost. Javier Baez was celebrating. That's good baseball. It's good entertainment. stop complaining. And then last but not least, the Phillies versus the Nationals. Josh Bell, what is this effort? This was horrible. Honestly, if I was the manager, I would have considered benching him. Like, what are you doing? Just tap the bag. So Soto, luckily for Josh Bell, he comes in clutch on this throw and nabs Gene Segura at home. Then back-to-back triples for the Nationals. They put them up by 2, and they score 2 more for Joe Ross, who throws 5 shutout innings. Rhys Hoskins, though, he has been a man on a mission to disprove the haters this year. He hits a 3-run shot, so he is now up to 22 home runs and 62 RBIs. And I tried to tell you guys, all of you Nationals fans out there that were saying, no, Brad Hand is actually pretty good. His velocity is down, his walks are up, his strikeouts are down, and he showed that he sucks yesterday. I'm telling you guys, he is not a closer anymore. He just does not have the stuff, as Andrew McCutchen walks it off with a 3-run oppo taco, and the Phillies are 3.5 games back of first place. So the Mets, we're going to talk about them right now. They better get it going. And they will get it going because Carlos Carrasco as well as Jacob deGrom, they're coming back this weekend, so the rotation is going to be a whole lot better. And the rotation was actually pretty good in yesterday's doubleheader versus the Braves. In game number 1, we have Heredia. I feel like we talk about Heredia a lot. He doubles on Dominic Smith's bad defense over in left field, and then Jock Peterson drives him in. Arcia, he drives in the 2nd run for Atlanta in the 4th inning, and that was it for the scoring for the rest of the game because Muller for Atlanta was fantastic. 5 shutout innings. Remember, these are doubleheaders, so they only go 7. So he essentially went 7 innings in a regular game, and then Will Smith is able to convert his 20th save of the year. Now, the Braves are sitting just 1 game away from getting back to a 500 record, but we know that they're allergic to a 500 record. And that's the case yesterday. They immediately lose after winning game number 1. Both bullpens were really good. There was not a single starting pitcher in yesterday's game. Ozzie Albies, you know how we talked about Andrelton Simmons almost making one of the plays of the century? Ozzie Albies was on the other side of the spectrum. I'm not sure what happened here. Jeff McNeil, this RBI in the 5th, was the only run of the game as Seth Lugo comes in. He converts a double play, and then Diaz racks up 3 strikeouts to get his 22nd save of the year. The Braves are 5 games back of first place, but 8 games back of the wild card. So if they're going to make a push, it's going to be to overtake the Phillies or the Mets. I mean, I don't know if the Braves have it, but I do like their rotation. They're young. Touki Toussaint, we didn't talk about him, but he was dominant. Ian Anderson, so many guys in that rotation are going to be pretty good for the next 5 or 6 years. And you know what? I know he broke his hand, but he's spectacular as well. Now we get to talk about Shohei Ohtani because he made Ramil Tapia look dumb in the 1st inning, and then in the bottom of the 1st, he drives in an RBI. Then he steals his 14th bag of the year, and then he scores on a Jared Walsh RBI. So he had a strikeout, he had an RBI, he had a stolen base, he had a run. That was one of the best innings that a baseball player can have. Ohtani was electric on the bump. 7 innings, only 1 earned run, 0 walks, which is a fantastic sign, with 5 strikeouts. And the last pitch that he threw was a 100-mile-per-hour fastball on pitch number 99. And then Captain Jack Mayfield, we've been talking about him a lot, both defensively and offensively as of late. He hits a 2-run home run, and the Angels improved to 1 game over 500, and they're 5 games back of the wild card, but they're going to have to beat the Mariners, and the Mariners are having some magical runs as of late. Houston, they explode for 6 runs in the 1st inning. Kyle Tucker is now up to 19 home runs, 61 RBIs, and an almost 130 OPS plus. And within the blink of an eye, Houston goes up 7-0, but then Cal Raleigh, he clears the bases in the 4th inning. Kyle Seager hits a 3-run home run in the 5th, and then Shed Long drives an RBI in the 6th inning, and Dylan Moore completes the comeback on this grand slam after Rayleigh walks 2 consecutive hitters, Kelnick and Tom Murphy. So Dylan Moore puts them up 11-8, and then the Mariners bullpen didn't allow a single base hit the final 4 innings, so they have won 4 games in a row, and they're only 1 game back of the wild card, so good for Seattle. They are way ahead of schedule. Now, I'm going to tell Major League Baseball as a whole to not let Jorge Soler get hot, because we see he hit a 450-foot home run. But what did I just say? Don't let him get hot. He hit 2 home runs again yesterday. He is having the best month of 2021 because he has been probably the worst player in baseball, along with his buddy Hunter Dozier, to begin the season. Whit Merrifield, he drives an RBI on a double, and Mike Minor only allows 2 earned runs on 7 strikeouts. Andrew Benintendi, he hit a big-time clutch home run because the White Sox, they come back to score another, but a double play ends it, and the Royals win 4-3. And Eloy Jimenez, he was back. He didn't do anything crazy, but I'm just happy that he's back and playing baseball. And last but not least, a crazy exciting game between the Red Sox and the Jays. Alex Verdugo and Michael Chavis make it 2-0, but the Blue Jays, they answer back with their 2 studs, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Marcus Semien. They tie it right back up. And then Devers hits homer number 27. He has 81 RBIs and an almost 150 OPS plus. It reminds me of Alex Bregman back in 2019. He came in second in MVP because I think Mike Trout won that year. So you can have a historic season but still get beat out for MVP when someone like Shohei Ohtani has a 3.04 ERA and is leading baseball in home runs. So Bo Bichette comes back for the Jays and hits a 2-run home run for the lead, and Gurriel makes a great play. He kind of falls into the stands, but then Verdugo, he puts the Red Sox up 5-4, and Matt Barnes, he pitches a perfect ninth inning for his 22nd save. And Boston, they're almost 2 games ahead of anyone in that division, which honestly, that could get wiped out in 3 days. All right, so because the highlights are over, let's talk about the leaders in stats across the league. In batting average, we have Brantley, Castellanos, Guerrero, newcomer for the Padres, Adam Frazier, and then Trey Turner with a 320 batting average. On the pitching side of things, Kyle Hendricks is leading the way with 12 wins, and you guys can see the rest right there. Home runs, we have Shohei Ohtani, again, the 3.04 ERA starting pitcher, leading the pack with 35. Lance Lynn, oh my goodness, has a 1.91 ERA. This list has been dominated by White Sox and Brewers players all year with Corbin Burns and Brandon Woodruff and Carlos Rodon, and there's Kevin Gausman over there. So it looks like Jacob deGrom, I don't know if he qualifies or maybe he's just been roughed up as of late. RBIs, we have Devers with 81, and I did not know Vlad had 80. Oh my God, and there's Shohei over at 76. Saves, Mark Melancon is 6 ahead of anyone else with 30 already on the year. Hits, Adam Frazier, again, he is 1 ahead of Trey Turner, but he is heading to the San Diego Padres, so I feel like that's only going to get better and better now that he has a better lineup around him. Strikeouts, Garrett Cole is leading Zach Wheeler by 6, and there's Jacob deGrom, even though he's been out for a few weeks. Stolen bases, we have Whit Merrifield, Fernando Tatis Jr., and then quality starts, Buehler, Hendricks, Woodruff, Wheeler, and Trevor Bauer, who, I don't have an update on him. I don't know where he's at. All right, everyone, well, that does it for today's MLB recap. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe and use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself 20 bucks off if you're going to any minor league games or big league games. Stay safe out there, guys. Thank you one more time for watching, and enjoy this day in MLB history.
For Willingham, and he swings at the first pitch, and this one's hit well, and it's not coming back. Grand slam home run on the... And that one's belted. That's coming our way. And another long home run for Willingham.
Lifted in the air toward left center field. Peter Borges over.